The real heiress was stunned to discover that her necklace secretly contained a tracker. Not only that, her room was also filled with tiny hidden cameras. She instantly realized that being brought back by the richest family was probably not just about acknowledging her as their child. It turned out the girl was a top figure in the legal world. Whether it was crime bosses or powerful politicians, anyone who broke the law had to be sent to prison by her. Not long ago she had been officially recognized and returned to the wealthy family. The moment she entered, she was forced by her two older brothers to sign a share transfer document. They wanted her to give all her shares to her adopted sister, and even offered $5 million to make her leave. Only then did the girl realize that bringing her back was really about seizing her shares. At that moment her brothers hypocritically claimed it was for her own good, saying the life of luxury was too much for a country girl like her. But the girl thought they were simply law illiterate. She knew that a $5 million transfer counted as a large transaction. Regulators could see it as illegal operations and freeze the accounts. In serious cases they could even be taken to the police station. Hearing this, the two brothers immediately turned pale, hurriedly snatching the black card back from her, and forcing a fake smile while clapping to welcome her home. The eldest brother still refused to give up on making her transfer the shares, claiming it was all for her benefit. After all, a country girl holding shares was useless. She might as well stay home and enjoy being a young lady. The adopted sister also pretended to be understanding, saying it would be fine if the girl really did not want to give the shares. She would leave the house immediately. But this tactic of stepping back only to advance had no effect on the girl. She first pretended to agree and prepared to sign. Then in the next moment suddenly mentioned the former richest man who had gone to prison, saying the law required share transfers to be approved by the shareholders meeting. The former richest man had ended up in prison for the same reason, even sentenced to life imprisonment. The two brothers then realized they had been tricked, but the girl's words forced them to be cautious. Seeing the situation turn against them, the adopted sister fell to her knees, then spoke in a soft coaxing tone, telling the girl to take out her anger on her instead, urging her not to trouble the brothers, even suggesting she could slap her twice. No sooner had she finished than she was actually slapped twice. The girl had never expected such a lucky turn. After all, it was the other party's voluntary invitation and did not legally constitute a crime. Her hot-tempered second brother tried to intervene to defend the adopted sister, but he was also knocked to the ground by the girl in self-defense. Humiliated and furious, he claimed that with just a flick of his finger he could make her vanish. This only reignited the girl's legal enthusiasm. What he just said amounted to intimidation and criminal provocation. If he had committed similar acts before, he would be sentenced for multiple crimes. As soon as she said this, the room fell completely silent, with no one daring to speak. At that moment the father appeared just in time, breaking the silence, scolding them for being terrible older brothers, then turning with a gentle smile to look at the girl, praising her beauty and saying she looked just like him. Although her biological parents appeared kind and gentle, the girl remained cautious. Following the maid who led her to the room, she began asking about the household situation. The maid first looked panicked and then whispered a warning that this was a den of traps and she should escape immediately. But before she could continue, the father appeared and interrupted them. After sending the maid away, the father gave her the so-called exclusive pendant, played on emotions for a while, then suddenly suggested she gift the shares to the adopted sister. Seeing this, the girl immediately understood everything. She had been brought back solely for her shares, so she pretended to be kind, saying she would hand over the shares as soon as she got home, making others think they brought her back just for the stock. This would severely affect the company's public image. Her father could only smile awkwardly, saying there was no rush. Then he